Verbal walked the streets of the city holding the bag of gold coins in his hand. He noticed a rich merchant celebrating his son's wedding. Verbal gave 100 gold coins to him and bowed courteously, saying, "Emperor Akbar sends you his good wishes and blessings for the wedding of your son. Please accept the gift he has sent." The merchant felt honored that the king had sent a special messenger with such a precious gift. He honored Verbal and gave him a large number of expensive gifts and a bag of gold coins as a return gift for the king. Next, Verbal went to the area of the city where the poor people lived. There he bought food and clothing in exchange for 100 gold coins and distributed them in the name of the emperor. When he came back to town, he organized a concert of music and dance. He spent 100 gold coins on it. The next day Verbal entered Akbar's darbar and announced that he had done all that the king had asked his brother-in-law to do. The emperor wanted to know how he had done it. Verbal repeated the sequences of all the events and then said, "The money I gave to the merchant for the wedding of his son, you have got back while on this earth. The money I spent on buying food and clothing for the poor, you will get it in the other world. The money I spent on the musical concert, you will get neither here nor there." Akbar's brother-in-law understood his mistake and resigned. Verbal got his place back. Moral: the money you spend on friends is returned or reciprocated in some form or the other. The money spent on charity gets converted into blessings from God, which will be your eternal property. The money spent on pleasures is just frittered away. So when you spend your money, think a little, if not a lot. A doctor entered the hospital in a hurry after being called in for an urgent surgery. He answered the call ASAP, changed his clothes and went directly to the surgery block. He found the boy's father pacing in the hall waiting for the doctor. On seeing him, the father yelled, "Why did you take all this time to come? Don't you know that my son's life is in danger? Don't you have any sense of responsibility too?" The doctor smiled and said, "I am sorry. I wasn't in the hospital and I came as fast as I could after receiving the call, and now, I wish you'd calm down so that I can do my work." Calm down, L. What if your son was in this room right now? Would you calm down? If your own son dies while waiting for the doctor, then what will you do? Said the father angrily. The doctor smiled again and replied, "We will do our best by God's grace, and you should also pray for your son's healthy life. Giving advices when we're not concerned is so easy," murmured the father. The surgery took some hours, after which the doctor went out happy. "Thank goodness. Your son is saved," and without waiting for the father's "Why is he so arrogant? He couldn't wait some minutes so that I ask about my son's state," commented the father when seeing the nurse minutes after the doctor left. The nurse answered, tears coming down her face, "His son died yesterday in a road accident. He was at the burial when we called him for your son's surgery. And now that he saved your son's life, he left running to finish his son's burial." Never judge anyone because you never know how their life is and what they're going through.